This is my husband.
I love you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. We are joined with a very special guest today. Dare I say the biggest star from the Ultimatum, Madlyn. Madlyn, welcome to my channel.
Thank you so much, Zach. Ray put in a really good word for you, so I'm really happy to be here.
Okay, yeah, because I was a little critical of you during the season. So I'm excited to just kind of get to know you a little bit better because I did see a different side of you at the reunion and I loved it. And I love seeing you on social media. So I'm just excited to get to know what went all into this.
Totally.
So, I mean, like, we kind of have to start with the fact that you are a mom. So like, how has it been?
It's the best thing ever. It's everything I've ever wanted. It's better than I ever thought it would be. I've loved every single second.
Oh my God. So how old is your daughter, right? Like, what's her name?
Her name's Josephine Riley Kissinger. We call her Josie, and she is 2 months old. I don't know. I'm not like great mom, like knows exactly the weeks. I totally forget them. You know, moms always know.
So like, yeah, how tall is she? Like, what's her weight? Like, what are her
Right,
eating habits?
exactly. No, I'm like, she's 2 months and she's doing great.
So how did you come up with her name?
I like the older names. I don't want, like something that everybody else has. I kind of thought it was a little more unique. And then it just so happened, well, unfortunately, but Colby's grandmother had passed away and her name was Jo Marie. So we kind of liked that there was a little bit of a namesake there, and just Josie's really cute. So it fits her perfectly.
Oh, that is so cute. So, I mean, like, when did you get pregnant after the show? Because it happened so fast because we don't really know exactly when the show filmed versus the reunion. And it was just like, it was so shocking to see the belly bump on you.
Yeah, definitely. And I knew that was going to happen. Colby moves quick. That's why I was like, I was really trying to hold out. So the show ended filming like May 11th. I think that's the day we got married. And then I got pregnant. We tried to get all our friends together to do it, since we didn't get to do a bachelorette party. We got all of our friends together in August to do that. And I'm pretty sure I got pregnant that weekend. So at our bachelorette party. So that was like August 27th, my birthday. Yeah.
So you getting pregnant and had nothing to do with the fact that you guys got married and engaged on the show, right?
No, yeah. I mean, it happened after. So it wasn't really like a shock, but it had nothing to do with the wedding.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of speculation, like that you guys only got married on the show because you were pregnant, just because the timeline was a little tricky.
Definitely.
So why did you guys decide to get married right then and there?
That's Colby. That's why I didn't want to get engaged. I was like, when I get engaged, I'm gonna have to be ready to get married, because this man jumps the gun on everything. It was our first date and he's like, you're the one, I want to marry you. So, I mean, I just knew things were going to happen quickly after that. And he knows I didn't want a big wedding. So he just thought, hey, let's do it on TV. Colby's all about the show. He loves it.
So is Colby just more of like the type A in your relationship? Is he kind of leading you, and are you just okay with that? Or do you feel like you had a say in everything as well?
I'd actually say in a relationship, I'm the type A. Like Colby's a great leader. He's amazing, but I'm more of a control freak, I think is really what it is. Like, I really am the one that I hate to be like, I'm the boss, but like poor Colby. But as far as like the romantic things, Colby has had to I haven't had the, I guess, experience and the examples that he has, that he does lead the way romantically. And as long as my head matches my heart, then I'm in.
Yeah, don't worry. We definitely got that you were a control freak while watching the Ultimatum. But yeah, it definitely seems like Colby was like, this is who I want. This is who I want to be with. And that's what Ray said when I was talking to her, because I was kind of asking about your relationship a little bit. And I feel like you were going along with it the entire season, but at the end, it was just so shocking. So did you expect so many fans to be like confused about your relationship watching the show?
Well, so the thing about filming a show is, so there's 8 weeks of constant filming. They have every single side of us, right? I think they wanted it to be a surprise, so they really showed one part. I said the things I said about Colby. I had my negative moments, but the majority of things were positive and loving between me and Colby. And they didn't show any of that to keep it a surprise for the viewers, which, I understand. Yeah, it was a surprise, but not to me. It all made sense being in that moment, right?
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of fans thought that maybe you and Colby should have took Ray and Jake's free vacation because you guys won the show. You got engaged, you got married, you got pregnant. You're the only couple to do that. Do you feel like that? Where would you guys have gone?
Gosh, I'd go anywhere, right? I wish it would have worked that way. Well, actually, I wish Ray and Jay would have taken it.
Do you think they should have taken it?
Yeah, I think that they would have had, even if it could have, maybe waited some time. But yeah, I think that they should have gone. Just, I mean, either together or as friends. They
True.
do great together. I think they're good around each other. They bring out the best in each other. I think they would have had a great time. But before baby, I really wanted to go to Egypt. That was like me and Colby's next place that we really wanted to go. Yeah.
Why Egypt? Do you want to talk to the lions and the pyramids?
Right. Yeah. I think all the history, my family's from Italy. I've done a lot of Italy. I've done England, Israel. And I just think Egypt has so much mystery and so many things to learn about. I love it.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask is that your pregnancy got leaked. I mean, we will find out anything.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to know
Right.
what's going on when these shows are airing. We're so invested. Your pregnancy got leaked, I would say, about like a week and a half before the finale. How did that get out there? Were you mad about it?
No, I mean, I wasn't mad. I couldn't wait to share my, I was like, it was so hard not to be posting all over Instagram. I'm married, I'm pregnant, I'm as happy as I've ever been in my life. So I think there was like his sister had posted a picture of us at a birthday party or something. But I mean, these things are gonna happen, but I could care less.
Yeah. Is it almost easier that like other people are figuring it out because then it kind of took a weight off your chest? Or did you want a grand reveal at the reunion?
I'm not one for the grand reveal. I think that's more Colby, but he didn't care. I think it was kind of nice how it worked. I didn't know how people were gonna react. They're like, this girl, they let her get pregnant, right? But it all worked out how it should have. I think that's good.
It was just shocking. I think that was the word, because I feel like
Yeah.
you were the couple that we expected to maybe like go break up at the end. And then you
Right.
guys ended up kind of doing the whole thing. And like you showed up like 9 months pregnant to the reunion. So like,
Yeah.
how was keeping that a secret from like everybody? Or do you feel like you didn't really have to keep it a secret other than the 3 weeks the show was airing, since people didn't know who you were before that?
Right. So I'll say the only negative thing about things, the way things played out, was that we couldn't really like we didn't do a big wedding. We didn't send out things to all of our family. It's not like I called every single family member and it's like, hey, I got married. This is the story. Now I'm pregnant. So everyone kind of just found out and everyone's like, what the heck? Like, he never told us. What? I'm like, I signed an NDA,
Yeah.
So that was the negative part. But I mean, it was kind of nice. Like after the show, me and Colby had so much space to just like be with ourselves, start our family, work on all the issues that you saw on the show. It is what it is, right? I like
it all worked out. So then where would you and Colby be if it wasn't for the show? Like what lessons did you guys learn? Did that move your relationship forward, or was this just inevitable?
I think that we would have ended up here eventually. I think it did speed things up. It did put us in the spot to really question what it is for me, at least, it was like, what are the things that I really need in Colby, that even, the things that you may complain about in a partner whenever you get them, like how I was with Randall. I always said, everybody always heard like me saying, oh, Randall's my dream guy, blah, 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 blah. What they didn't hear was the rest of that conversation saying, this is what I've always asked for on paper. And then now that I have it, you realize the things that are still missing, right? It's kind of like nobody's perfect. You spend time with someone and realize this is absolutely what I need. And I got that opportunity with the show and realized that about Colby. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Randall was actually my crush on the show. So I was actually kind of jealous of you. So maybe that's why I was so critical.
That's why you were critical.
That's the reason. That was honestly the reason. So what did Randall have that Colby didn't? And do you feel like Colby now has learned from those qualities?
I think it was really just more, Colby is so emotionally driven, and I'm not. And so I've always kind of questioned that. And I've never had that before. And you hear all these stories, like there's all the negative things. And I think that way of like, you don't want to fall too quick. You don't want to believe something that's not true, especially when it comes to love, right? That's how you get destroyed. So that's, I tried so hard to protect myself and just think, just only use my brain. And Randall did a lot of that too. So I felt really, especially in that situation where it's like, we have these people that love us so much, and we're kind of not giving them what they need. It was just such a sense of validation to be with someone that thought the same way that I did, have the same outlook. So that's really what it was. It was just those practical, realistic conversations that I felt seen in a way that I didn't so much with Colby. But it's just because I wasn't open to believe that, it was real, if that makes sense.
That what was real? Like your love with Kobe?
Colby's just like genuine desire to love me for the rest of my life, right? That just seemed kind of out of reach, I guess.
Is that something that like came from your past relationships where you just didn't feel like you were ready to go all in with somebody? Was there like an insecurity there?
Yeah, I think so. And I think having like, so my parents, I was 18 when they got a divorce, right? And I thought that
Wow.
was so perfect. And then I don't know, I guess that was just like a vulnerable time for me going into college. It kind of just shattered my idea of relationships as opposed to Colby has this. His parents met like from the first date, like never left each other's side. We're like got married within 6 months. I was just like, that doesn't always happen. It doesn't always work out that way. And so yeah, it was definitely an insecurity that I just felt like he was offering me this dream that could burst any minute.
Yeah. Oh, that's so crazy. So we were talking before. I thought you lived in Florida. Like, I don't
Mhm.
know why I thought that, but I
Yeah.
thought that, but you live in Houston. So like, where did you grow up? And then what's your connection to Austin?
Yeah. So I grew up in the Woodlands. I lived here until I went to college at A&M. And then
Yeah.
after that, I actually had a boyfriend in Austin that I moved out to Austin for. And then I ended up just loving it and I stayed there. And then after we got married, we went to Colby's hometown for a little bit. And then I don't know, we just kind of we're just trying to find our roots. And when we came back here with me being pregnant, we both felt that this was the best place to make our home.
So where did you meet Kobe?
At A&M in college. Yeah,
Oh,
we both worked at the same bar for a while at different times. So
but then you dated someone else and then like rekindled with things with him or just started
yeah,
dating him after?
yeah. So like the day I broke up with my boyfriend, I'm like, you remove all the photos off Instagram. You're like, next,
Uh-huh.
Colby's in the DMs. Like, hey, how are you doing? I think we should get lunch. I was like, all right, fine. So
And then it was just history from there.
yeah, absolutely. He's like, so you're the one. I think I should move in. Really, within 2 weeks, he was like, never left my house. It was awesome.
Yeah, he just thinks like Madlyn is the
Yeah,
one. Nothing else matters. I love
right.
how nonchalant you are. That is just not something I feel like we got during the show, but you're just so chill and casual. You don't seem like a petty person. You just really seem to go with the flow. Why did that not come across on the show? Like, have you always been like that? Because we got that at the reunion. I'm getting that now. But like,
Yeah.
what was the disconnect?
I'm not sure. I think what was different from me is like I didn't take it as seriously as some of the other cast members. So
Mhm.
I mean, it kind of made me look like a dick, but
No, it felt like you were tipsy a lot of times.
well, and so I was, right? Because I'm like, I didn't take it seriously. I'm like, I'm 24, I'm going on a reality TV show, I've got free alcohol. And then some things is just like, I don't want to be here.
Mhm.
Like, or it's like, let's make this a little more fun. I don't think that I was self-reflecting as much and being like, okay, Madeline, maybe don't touch that glass of tequila, right?
Yeah.
That was the drunkest I think I've ever been in my life for those like 8 weeks straight. Gosh. But so yeah, I know I got a lot of grief for that too. But it's like, no, I don't drink every day of my life. But yeah, I just I'm not sure where the disconnect was. I think I said so many things that I was like, this is how I feel in the moment. It's negative, whatever.
Mhm.
I'm gonna throw it out there. I really encouraged Ray and Jake, and like that was inappropriate in front of April. But like, I don't know. I just said how I felt in that moment. And I think that they took that opportunity to like put all those pieces together instead of what 90% of Madlyn was. And that was just what you're getting right
Right,
now.
exactly, which is so much more authentic than the edit we saw on the Ultimatum. Did you
Right.
watch reality TV before? Were you a fan of reality shows? Did you know how they worked? Because I feel like they like to find people like you maybe who like don't watch it so that they can get
Yeah.
those authentic moments.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen like a few seasons of The Bachelor, never like all the way through. I'm not a big reality TV person. So yeah, I think that was a bit I didn't realize how much people criticize reality TV and
Mhm.
like take it as like the 1% of what I saw of you is absolutely who you are and damn you for it kind of thing. Like that was so shocking to me. It's really strange, honestly.
Yeah, and that's why I like to talk to you and talk to people like you
Yeah.
so I can get to know you. And I feel like with my recaps, I always try and be fair and see like the benefit of the doubt, but we do have to
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
our opinions based on what we're seeing on
Definitely.
TV. So
Yeah.
sometimes we get things wrong because we don't, what's being fed to us. How was
Right.
it dealing with backlash and seeing comments? Is that something that bothers you? Or do you feel like because you're a mom, it almost like couldn't even bother you because you were just in such a different place so quickly after the show?
Right. I mean, I will say it was kind of tough being like, what, 8.5 months pregnant, and I'm getting all these like, you're an alcoholic, you're this. And it's like, okay, so yeah, I did have ugly moments on the show, but that in no way encapsulates my entire being. Like we all did, in fact. But I won't say I'm a victim of the edit. Like I did some of those things, but yeah, it kind of, I think I was more a little vulnerable in the moments dealing with the backlash, but I did get over it quickly, knowing like I'm so far from the drunk girl that sat at that table, right?
Yeah.
So
and that was evident when you showed up at the
yeah,
reunion. It was so evident. We saw such a different side of you, and I fell in love with you in that moment because I just saw how vulnerable you were and how open and honest you were and how you came into your own
yeah,
after all of that time has passed.
definitely. Yeah. And I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. So what was like filming, like the schedule? Like, was it super busy? Did you have to, put your job on hold? Like, was it exhausting? What was it really like?
Yeah. So I was the only one going into the office every day. I had just gotten a new job. I started my job like the same week that I moved in with Randall. So it was like week 2 of filming.
What was the
And that
job?
was really, I'm a project manager.
Cool.
And so that was hard too, like not having, whenever you start something new, like a new job, my career means a lot to me. I wanted to come home and like talk to Colby about all those things, and I wasn't able to. I was a stranger basically. But so I was getting up at like 6 a.m. to go in the office and filming. I had a whole camera crew watching me get ready for work. I was like, okay. And then as soon as I get back, I have a camera crew waiting for me to walk through the door. And it's like, all right, this is a lot. I didn't see the sun for like the whole 8 weeks.
So basically like you're working like your regular Monday to Friday, and then you're filming the show at night and on the weekends.
Yes. And like, and drinking all that much, like it was the exhaustion builds. Yeah. The camera crew was always there. And it was kind of like, I was given the impression they were like, oh, this is totally just on your off time. You'll go to work, you'll live your life. And then it'll be a little bit of like, I thought it was going to be more just dinners and whatnot, which is kind of what it showed. But no, there was somebody in the room constantly with us. Yeah. A whole camera
Was there cameras in the room, like on the walls, or it was just only when the camera crew came in?
Yeah, there was also cameras on the wall. So like, that, and again, like, I don't know, it kind of, after like the first week, I was like, whatever, like I'll change where I want to change. I was just totally being myself. Colby was like, Madlyn, put your clothes on. Like
Well, they're not going to air that part.
Yeah, right. That's what I said. But they did air a lot more than I thought they would.
So how often did you get to see Colby? Or was it just like you were hanging out with Randall for so many days in a row?
Yeah, so it was the 3 weeks with Randall. And yeah, and during that time, like there was a few, like we were all in the same hotel, so we did like run into each other, but not very often. People make it like we were like scheming to see each other all the time, and that was actually like they did a very good job at like keeping that locked down. And April was really strict on Colby too. She was like, quit talking about Madlyn, don't go see Madlyn, which she I think deserved more from Colby on those 3 weeks. So
there wasn't any like sneaking into other people's rooms like you are in college?
No, like, I didn't. I'd hang out with Ray and Jake and Randall, and like, I was like, it's 3 weeks, we'll just
do what you gotta do.
That's the point of doing what we're doing, right? So let's just enjoy it.
And then what was your relationship with Randall? Was there something more to it? You guys ended up making out once, right?
Randall, that, I'm like, this annoys me. They made it look like I was constantly just asking for physical things from him. I think they used a lot of one scenario where I had a conversation about how I have a harder time expressing myself, like verbally, and like having emotional conversations. And I do tend to like go towards the physical stuff. Me and Randall, really, we just, like I said, it was nice that we were on the same page in terms of like, we kind of just backed each other up on like, hey, what you're feeling is good. Like it was friendly and comfortable. Like the 3 weeks never felt awkward at all. We really just had a good time. We kissed a few times. Actually, they only showed that one because they wanted to make it look like I was like waiting for it. But it was like the first week we'd already kissed on camera.
Did that bother Colby?
No, everyone had, it would be wild if you didn't have an agreement with your significant other going into things. I think, it was unfortunate that Colby didn't get that same experience because we were, not in no way do we have an open relationship, but it's kind of fun to be like, okay, we get to spend 3 weeks with another person. You can kiss them a couple times.
It's like the hall pass.
Yeah, like it felt, I mean, and we did say, we were like, no sex, like
Yeah.
that's sacred, that's ours, but like enjoy it, have a make out, like
It
whatever,
doesn't have
flirt.
to be that serious. Like, even if you're in a relationship or you're married, like sometimes you still are attracted to other people. And like you
Right.
said, you don't want to have an open relationship, but like this was your one chance. So it's just
Yeah,
like, is that how it kind of was for you? Like, you might as well.
definitely. Yeah. And I don't know, it just, like I said, it wasn't that serious. It was just like, have fun with it. We want to end up, whether we get married or not, I still wanted to be together, but just not get married. I don't know, things changed, but it was like, just have fun. I know where your heart is. As long as we're transparent with each other, that,
Then
there's
you're,
no harm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Were you able to text him like all week and stuff, or do they take your phones?
But no, we were able to communicate over text. But I mean, like, it was really more, there wasn't the time for it because there was so
Mhm.
much filming. You're not in the scene with your phone. So
Yeah. So at the end, when you guys decide to get married, did you feel like that was at all production that encouraged it, or was it completely Kobe and yours decision?
well, so I don't know what the conversation that Colby had with production to get it set up. If they just offered it and he, being Colby was like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, it was a complete surprise. And I was like, regardless of who it came from, it did feel right in that moment for me and Colby. But
And
yeah, I don't know if
it
they like pushed at him. So
it made a great finale. Like
yeah,
it made the finale of the
it's
show.
good TV, but
Exactly. So
it was great for us too.
so what has life been like after the show? I mean, obviously you're a mom. Are you working on any projects with your new platform? Are you trying to do anything with this? Or are you really just focusing on raising your family and maybe having more kids soon?
Family first, definitely. And I like a regular job. I like things to be normal. I've never really been one to be the center of attention. All the attention from it has been a little awkward, but and that being said, you do want to make the most of your opportunity and your platform. I want to first and foremost do some good with it. I'd like to, help out some charities, do something for people that really need it. But I think it would be fun. We need to figure it out. We're like so behind, but like I'm gonna start a YouTube channel or something. I
Mhm.
do like, but definitely built around the family.
I would
More.
love for you guys to have a family YouTube channel.
Yeah. I'll take some tips from you, honestly.
Uh,
But yeah,
we'll talk after. Okay.
perfect.
Any more kids or just not yet, obviously.
So it's funny. I was so like, we'll wait like 2 or 3 years. I want to have this time with my baby and just enjoy every moment. And I just posted about it, but I'm like, I put on my pre-pregnancy jeans and I'm like, what the heck? Like, I don't even want my body back yet. I want to get pregnant again. I want to have another kid. So as soon as my doctor is like, yeah, it's healthy for you to have a baby, I'm so on it. Yeah,
I
bring them
mean,
on.
I feel like I see some women just want to like knock it out so they can like get it over with. And then other people like to wait like every few years because they want to spend so much alone time with their babies. But if you have
Mhm.
kids close together, they'll be able to bond and become really close.
Yeah, and like honestly, like my kids are gonna look back and they're gonna treasure that time with their sibling, like growing up with a sibling more than like, okay, I got an extra year of cuddles with mom, right? So
Yeah.
that's the way that I'm trying to look at it now.
How is Kobe as a father?
He's amazing. He's so good. I've like fallen more in love with him every day watching him with our girl. He's
Oh,
taking care of her right now. Like he's been incredible. I feel like so many women don't get enough support from the, and I like almost have to fight him for it. Like, give me back my baby. So it's been wonderful.
so who's like, do you guys have roles? Like, are you the one changing the diapers, breastfeeding, obviously, but like who
Yeah.
takes on which roles?
Really, I breastfeed almost exclusively. I do
Of
try
course.
to, I give him like a bottle to do a day so that he can have that bonding with her too. In the middle of the night, he like sleeps so hard. It's almost impossible to get him like up, but I will sometimes if I'm like really tired. I'll nudge, I'll be like, get your ass up and change your diaper, please.
Hmm.
So no, I mean we try to just do everything. I'd say in every aspect of me and Colby's relationship, we really share the weight. And that's what I think makes our relationship great. It really works for us to just be equal partners across the board.
Yay, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
And last question, I mean, who are you in touch with from the cast? Who do you keep up with?
So I'll say Ray the most. We just got closest on the show, but I mean that's nothing against any of the rest of the
Yeah.
cast. I hardly even have time to call my best friend now. Like we're just busy. It's me, Colby, and the baby, like 99% of the time. So, yeah, I do try to keep in touch with Ray a little bit.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. I hope that everyone who listened to this got to know you better and saw a different side of you. Where can everyone follow you and keep up with you?
Instagram and soon to be YouTube, hopefully.
Okay, and what will the channel name be called so we can look out for it?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Tell them to leave suggestions in the comment section.
Yeah, let us know, and name suggestions for your next baby. Leave those below.
Yes, please.
And awesome. Yeah. Thank you everyone so much for listening. Make sure to follow Madlyn. I will have her links down below. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell before you guys head out of here. See you later. Bye.